Abby, you too loud. Yep, yep, yep. I'm here, guys. My wife is going back and forth with her niece, telling jokes and everything like that, all loud. I told her I was coming to do this. What's happening, Blair? What's going on, man? One day I'll get all this figured out. I keep I keep tweaking my YouTube settings and stuff, and it just gets worse. Oh, look, I'm getting bald. Hmm. So this was a last minute deal because I'm probably not gonna be here tomorrow night. I know I didn't stream last Thursday. I don't have a lot of stuff going on, but since when has that has since when has that ever stopped me before? D Vaselina, good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Something. What else we got? I jumped into a meme coin earlier. Me and some guys at work were playing with these meme coins. We were on Deck Screener, and we're jumping into these meme coins that just got created to see if we could ever catch one that just goes up before it dumps. And then I quit paying attention because I got sidetracked. So I already know what probably happened to it. But if you can't sit there and just watch it, taking some of my D-Fly winnings, man. If I can even find it. Jeez. So what else is going on? I don't know how the weather is by y'all, but it's down in the 30s with some 20-degree wind chills, and people down here are losing their minds. They definitely cannot handle it. Can't even find a token. Here it is right here. Wheeled coin. Wheeled coin. This token is unverified. Let's see. Weedle, which is after some political person that they've been talking about or something like that. Now listen, for those who are jumping in late, I am not endorsing this token at all. I see there's a couple people who are coming in late. All this is me and some guys at work were like, we always miss out on all these tokens because we work and stuff like that. So we got in today at 0.000. It was 5 zeros and a 9. So I took some of my D-Fly. I took $25 of my D-Fly money. And because, it's worthless anyway. But in other words, if it dumped and went to 20 cents, I didn't care. But all we did was we kept watching up here. One of these would show, is it Bird Eye? Bird Eye shows all these new listings up here. So we were just bored. And we would just click on these and just find some. Like you see how this one went down? We're like, nah, we ain't gonna mess with that one. Nah, we ain't gonna mess with that one. So like this one right here, this one's going up. So like, let's see if we can catch something on the way up. So we went and joined this Weedle one. Again, it was down here at this 0.009. Unfortunately, the problem with my job is, even though I'm not busy right now, I'd easily get distracted. And as you can see, it went, if I can get the right marker, 0.0099. It just almost hit 1. So let's say here. So at one time it was up 1,500%. So what I did was, when it doubled, my 25 became $50. I took back my $25 back in my pocket. So I created what Wendy O claims is a moon bag. So whatever happened to it after that is what happened to it. And like I said, it was up 1,500% and has come back down. Down 266%. So it ate a zero. Yeah. But actually, it came down when you look at it. It came down here. It came all the way back up again. Maybe it does it again. Either way, like I said, I can get out of it now. I got $40 still of it, $46 of it. So in other words, I still made $46. Like I said, my original investment's out of it. So if I was smart, I would just go out right now and cash out my $46 and just try to play the market again. But see, this is where I'm hard-headed, because my idiot self thinks that, hey, if it hit here and bounced down and came back up and bounced down, maybe it'll go back up. Because this Weedle coin's got some people talking about it, because whoever this Weedle chick is that they've been talking about with Trump, and it shows you how much I know about foreign affairs. So I apologize to anybody who might know that, but so we were bored today, and that's what we were playing with, some meme token thing. But like I said, see something like this, brand new. If I had money to burn, you throw $10 in it, it goes up. It started at 0.001. See, it's not even really that much up. And that's all we did. We just kept, anytime we saw some new listing up here, we just jumped in on it. Omar, I think it's Omar. I hate if I apologize it wrong. Omar says, what do you think about Soarchain's new update? I really don't know which one of the updates you're talking about. I apologize. I'm trying to find. I know I had somebody made a comment earlier today on one of my, I don't know if that might have been you or not. I'm having issues with one of my live streams. But anyway, I'm sorry. As you can see, I get distracted easily, But anyway, somebody made a comment on one of my YouTube things earlier about their Soarchain was only making like 1 token an hour, something like that. And I know I was averaging a little over 200 tokens a day, and my phone does not stay connected. So what I did on mine for Soarchain was I kept mine connected exactly for an hour, set a timer on my watch, and I made exactly 10 tokens in an hour. Now, 10 tokens for Soarchain isn't much, but at least it shows you that it is moving. So, it's moving. You're not going to go pay off your house with it. So you're making 17 cents times 24 hours. You're making $4.27 with the price right now. This price has continuously come down with Soarchain. But even at $4, you still ROIing on this device in 20 days. And anything after that is lanyap, as we call it. Can you check on Discord? What's on Discord? Make your updates, because updates. Join a Discord, protocol, enhance data evaluation. So, are they updating because people don't move? Let me tell you something. I failed college math. That's why I do the job that I'm in right now. So if I'm supposed to understand what any of this gimmick stuff is right here, this fake algebra, trigonometry, science, brain surgery, it ain't gonna happen. But if any of y'all would like to just, for now on, if you don't drive, you'll get 1 per hour. Well, as they say, without getting in trouble and getting doxxed by or getting docked whatever by YouTube, the CHIT, the chit, just got real. I appreciate you bringing that to my attention, because I'm probably going to have to do a video on that before I start getting a lot of questions on it. This is all of a sudden, I'm going to tell you, I wish they would have did some type of announcement and warned people that this was coming. People would ask me my opinion on Soarchain, and what did I think about the fact that you were getting paid while your vehicle stayed parked. And I was like, what's the issue? Don't hate the player, hate the game. Well, now they changed the game. But we all want to compare this project to DIMO. And what I'll argue this is, your DIMO has to stay plugged in for an hour throughout the entire week. So what kind of quality is that producing? As long as, like me, I have a helium device on a 40-foot ham tower in my backyard. It covers my entire area where my family goes to school and to work at and drives around it. My Soarchain devices and DIMO devices stay connected. My DIMO devices stay connected to that. As long as once a week, that DIMO device connects to that helium, and you can see it on here, you can unplug it. It connected for that one time a week. What kind of data is that showing? So, at least with the Soarchain, it was staying connected for you to get paid. And if your vehicle wasn't moving, technically, that's data showing how often that type of vehicle moved. What were your driving habits? It was doing better than what DIMO was doing. Now, some people argue that DIMO isn't that great either. Some of us made the comment that what kind of data is it selling if it's collecting data of you staying parked. So I can understand both sides of it. I'm telling y'all right now, people are gonna lose their I might not even have to play Call of Duty when I'm done. I might be able just to open up this Discord, make me a little drinky drink with my little Bywater bourbon and Diet Coke, and just sit here and just watch these fireworks, because it's coming. Here it is. So, see, this is the kind of stuff that POs me. And I'm trying not to use my nasty words, my adult words, because we know YouTube doesn't like that. And I'm streaming on TikTok also, for those who don't know. So I am streaming on TikTok, even though I don't get anybody there because I don't have all the fancy graphics and stuff, and I can't figure that out. This was mentioned in the AMA. So because all of us didn't go to AMA because we got jobs and ain't got time to listen to AMA, we missed out on this. Not that it would have made a difference. It ain't like we were gonna quit doing it. How hard was it? You can post all these other announcements up here, and you couldn't post that. Is it that hard? They still can't answer my question about the validators. These people who went through all the work of doing validators during testnet, and now apparently Soarchain's doing its own validator because now you stake through them. And I'm not staking through them, I'll be honest with you. I don't like the way that they treated their validators. The validators, they left, holding the bag, if that's how you want to say it. And speaking to a couple of them, they kept asking for updates. And when it was going to mainnet, and Soarchain would not give them updates, told them, we'll get back to you. And then all of a sudden announces staking it through them. I don't like the way Soarchain has handled them. And listen, that shows y'all. And if y'all, if y'all like my channel for the way it is, please hit the like button for me. But that's why my channel is what it is. It doesn't have all the, it's ran a little bit different way, this YouTube channel. I'm not out here telling you how great this Soarchain project is going to be, and this DIMO project is going to get you rich. And by the way, make sure you go buy your DIMOs and use my code and stuff like that, because it's going to make you rich. You're not going to hear me say that. I verse it a little bit different. Hey, if you plan on buying a DIMO, use my code. It's going to give you a discount. You go and buy it anyway. Help me out. Help feed a needy family for 37 cents. Same thing with Soarchain. I don't agree with the way Soarchain's being ran, but hey, if you're going to buy one, because you can still ROI, I just give y'all all the facts, positive and negative. Some people don't like that. Some people think I'm too negative. Well, they got 3,000 other YouTube channels to watch. I'm hoping by being honest with y'all that y'all appreciate that and continue to follow me. That's why I got 25,800 subscribers. One time I had 26,000. Apparently, 200 people didn't like it. Hey, it is what it is. But y'all know I'm honest with y'all. And I'm going to tell you what I feel about a project. And hey, Soarchain has its issues. But again, show me another project right now, other than Entropy. Show me another project right now that you're going to ROI in 20 days. You ain't going to find it. It's less than 20 days. I think I just said what I'm making, 480 something a day. Is that what I said? If you're making 200 tokens a day, well, you're not even going to be making that no more. So that's that. So now that's the whole new equation. Is what, when I was doing my Monday updates, I'm using my device staying connected to my phone. That's going to be interesting. Because now you're talking about you're going from a project that was a very good return to making 17 cents an hour if you're not connected. No, not even 7. You're making 1 cent an hour. Almost 2 cents an hour if you stay connected. Yeah, they're going to have issues. They're going to have to find some. I think this is a drastic and a complete different drastic direction. I don't know. So that's Soarchain. Bitcoin's making us seasick. I have not, y'all don't come to me for the TA type of stuff like that. But I'm seeing a lot of videos, people talking about an $88,000 magic number. But like I said, it has bounced. It came all the way down to this 92. This is 92,000. You can't see my fat head right here. But it's come back to 95,000. I DCA'd yesterday in there, and I told some people to DCA in. I told y'all Monday, if y'all watched my video Monday, that this came up and jumped up way too fast and expect this to come right back down. Told y'all that Monday. Yes, none of this video is financial advice. This is just me talking out loud like an idiot. But y'all don't come to me for TA. But sometimes I can see stuff because I'm not looking that deep into the technical analysis and all this stuff like that. I'm using common sense in what's going on in the world. Bad jobs report. What happens when bad jobs report comes down? This right here happens in bad job reports. People are like, I can't believe this happened. Why is it doing it? You know, back up a little bit out of this chart and look at what's going on in the country. Because I'm going to tell you, the couple of stocks I'm in look just like this after the jobs report. You follow some of the YouTubers with some, I have my certain YouTubers that I really, really like. And they keep saying that this is going to have this kind of trend until the presidency takes over, the new president takes over. Hey, I don't know. Are you farming project like Node Pay? What do you think about Jupiter airdrop? I am not involved in anything with Node Pay. I don't know anything about Jupiter airdrop. Now, Jupiter airdrop had a big airdrop last year. I want to say it was that January last year, and I made very well on it. Is there another Jupiter airdrop? Like I said, I've been working, so I can't tell you, if Jupiter had another airdrop. If y'all know something, I'm gonna tell y'all, I did very well on the Penguins airdrop. Jupiter has I'm reading right now. Jupiter has an upcoming airdrop. Interesting. See, that's why I like lives, because I'm getting information from y'all, just like, and you letting everybody else know. I appreciate it. So, let's see, last year they said, I distinctly remembered, I distinctly watched videos where they said they were not going to promise that this was going to happen every January. I know I remember seeing that. You had people talking about that. So, let me tell you, in preparation for this, I have about 7 or 8 different Phantom wallets, 2 Helium wallets, and who knows what else. And I have been using Jupiter in all of them. In all of them. So I only got a Jupiter airdrop in like 2 out of my wallets last year because I was using it during that certain time period. But if it goes after people who have been using Jupiter since last January, I should have a pretty healthy airdrop. We'll see. Mr. Crypto says if you're not active in the projects, then you won't get it. What projects do you have to be involved in? Like Solana projects? Kronzer asks, what is Jupiter? Jupiter is a kind of a swap that you use with Phantom Wallet. Like all my Solana stuff I use with the Phantom Wallet. At the bottom of the Phantom Wallet, you will see a little, I don't know if on this if I have Phantom. No, not on this. Not on Brave. But I have Phantom. And on the bottom right of Phantom, there's a little world globe. You hit that and you can pick jupe.ag or something like that, and it's a swap. And that's what I used for these meme coins that I look, my Weedle coins going back up. Again, not financial advice. I was 5 for 5 last year. 5 for 5 last year on my meme coins. As long as you got in when I told you to get in and got out when I told you to get out. 5 for 5. I'm not claiming this one. Not claiming this one. But it goes to show you how. Tell you what, you let it get back up in here, I'm cashing everything out. But Jupiter is just another swap. You can go up here and find any of these goofy meme coins that are coming out, brand new meme coins, donking, whatever. And you can go and you find the contract address, wherever it's at. Copy it, go to jupe.ag and use jupe.ag. See? And you can click right here, you can right click, paste, and here's the Don King, and then you can trade it. And that's Jupiter. There you go. Kronzer, yes, I'm holding all my SOAR. Like I said earlier, it's too early. It ain't worth that much, so there's no reason to sell it. I don't need it. So I'm not happy with the way they treated. I know you came in late. I'm not happy with the way they treated the validators from the test net, and so right now I'm just holding it in my wallet. I have not moved it at all. And yes, I use my helium to swap my helium IoT. I swap my helium IoT every day. Every day when it's habit, I'm playing Call of Duty right here. I swap my IoT. I take it out and swap it for whatever project I feel good about. For almost most of first half or 3/4 of last year, I swapped it every day for my IoT every day for Solana and built up my Solana bags. Now it's back when Solana was $100, $120, $130 every day. And then I would sometimes I if I start having a good feeling about helium, I might just move it to helium, swap it for helium. For a good while, I was swapping it every day to Entropy and building my Entropy bag because I have an Entropy wallet. I have an Entropy miner on a separate Phantom wallet, and that's making $24, $25 a day mining Entropy. But I also had a separate wallet that I was buying Entropy, and I was buying Entropy at a low price. And I even still set up now through Jupiter. I can come up here and hit limit, and I don't know if Entropy is going to show up. It should show up, but there's Entropy. And even through Jupiter, I can set up, see that it's $5 right here? I can set up, if I think Entropy is going to go back down to 00012, I can just hit 0012 and then press, after I connect my wallet, press, for it to go through. And whenever it goes back down, if somebody sells and it drops down to this 1-2 level, it picks it up. Kind of like a real exchange, but Jupiter will do that for you. No, I'm not in junk coin. Junk coin, sometimes I get triggered over stupid stuff. I can admit that as a grown-up and adult. I can say that when junk coin came out, I did. If y'all not following my Twitter, X, whatever you want to call it, as y'all kids call it, I was having a bad day, and I put out an announcement that I was starting my own meme coin with an ESP32 device called Lint, Lint. Some of y'all who have been here for a while know about Lint. And junk coin to me was just another copycat of Entropy. Let's be honest. Entropy started the game. They were the OG. As far as I know, there might have been one before that, but they were one of the first ones to use the ESP32 devices, and then you had Irwin, and then you had Useless Brick. Then you had, for about 5 minutes, you had one Flex Time, FLX Time, or something like that. And, they can argue back and forth of what happened, what didn't happen, whatever like that. I don't like the way that went down either. And then after that one, you had Junk Time came out, and I'm like, okay. So now I'm gonna come out. I said I'm gonna come out with one called Lint. And like these other ones, you have to show something in the Twitter, whether it's a picture of a cat in a box or a picture of junk. I said, well, you know what I'm gonna do? I need to see a picture of Lint. Lint from your pocket. Not lint from your belly button and not lint from your sofa. I want lint from whatever. And it just kind of took off as a joke. And I said, I can't wait to see what the next ESP32 project is going to be. Now, whether or not people are making income from junk coin, I don't know. It could be a great project for all I know. I just said enough's enough. And one day we're going to find out I got like 5 of these things right now running in my house. We're going to find out later that these are some kind of spyware things, and they're all going to form like a transformer and kill us in the middle of the night. I think my swap in HNT since going back to that. I'm hoping HT goes up. Those we should. Mr. Crypto, I'm going to tell you right now, I had close to, I don't like giving away. I was told by several people, don't be telling everybody how much I'm holding. But I can tell you, I held well over 500, 600, 700,000 IoT, and I swapped about 75 to 80% of that back to HNT. From what I understand, at some date, and somebody here might know what the date is, that I don't know if y'all are seeing the ad right now because my YouTube is seeing the ad. But anyway, I will say that I'm reading this. So like any IoT I got coming in right now, I swap it. I'm reading my comments, losing my train of thought. So any of my IoT right now, I'm swapping to HNT or Solana or Entropy or something like that. I did swap my IoT, 75% of it over to HNT. I don't know when the exact date is or when HNT is going to start. I don't know when HNT is going to start coming out, paying out all your devices. Somebody here might know the date exactly of that. But from what I understand, part of the vote was the IoT would be pegged to HNT at a certain price to prevent when everybody swaps their IoT or their mobile to HNT, it doesn't wreck the prices. Like a first come first serve type thing. It wouldn't, those people wouldn't be benefiting versus somebody who does it late. I don't know. Then I heard some talk about making mobile beam coin. Omar says, if it's Omar, again, I apologize if it's not. Umar says around the 15th January. Who fought it? Says, what? Junk coin, he's making, he bought $30, now worth $600. Earn like $250 a day. Well, maybe I'm missing out. You can't get in everything. You'll drive yourself crazy. You can't get in everything. Right now, I'm looking if I get 4 hours of sleep at night. I'm into so much stuff. I'm in my full-time job. I'm also into, I have a side business that I've had for 20 years, cbsynthetics.com, if any of y'all need synthetic motor oil or racing oil or four-wheeler oil or snow, jet ski oil or anything like that, ski doo or whatever. And then I have another YouTube channel other than this one because YouTube forced me to that. And then now I had to go create a third YouTube channel because I was putting ham radio content that people asked for on my second one, which was about outdoors, and YouTube started hurting me on that one. So now I'm on doing that. Plus it's the middle of hunting season. It's like I can't get into everything. I can't even keep up right now. I feel bad about some of these projects and stuff like that. I can't keep up with everything. Can't do it. And I feel bad because at one time I was trying to do a video a day, and now I can't even barely get that done. So, which I'm not even close to doing videos a day. Now, when hunting season's over with and stuff, and I'm not spending time in the woods with my son and all that, I'll probably, get to doing that. I think when Wingbits goes full time, I'm gonna be doing a lot more content on them. You'll know I'm having a big party and that kind of stuff like that when that happens. But there's a lot of stuff going on. Kronzar asks about if helium's coming back. Kronzar, on my channel, I have this kind of saying is even bad projects might have good token action, or even good projects might have bad token action. Despite what I know people are going to disagree with, I put helium into that second category. I think they are a good project. They have companies using their network. They have a mobile carrier, cell phones using their mobile side and stuff like that. But they're not paying worth of what. And that's not a secret. I tell everybody this same story. I'm sorry if you heard it before. Bear with me for 30 seconds. When I got into helium, me and two buddies had to buy our first helium miner off of eBay for $5,000. That's why I had to get two buddies with me. And my wife still probably don't know about it to this day. She don't watch my YouTube videos. When we hooked it up, there was about 15,000 subscribers or stations on helium. We ROI'd that $5,000 in 17 days. And that was when helium was still $10 and $12 a piece before it got to 30 and 40. Where we screwed up is we took all that money and just kept buying stations and kept buying stations. And then they kind of got out of it. And then we used, I ain't gonna say we didn't use money. My family had to evacuate for hurricane. Last minute, stayed a week in a hotel in Texas, and helium bailed us out because I didn't have that kind of money. You know, if anybody knows my job and my wife's a teacher, we didn't have that kind of money. And to send your family on a vacation for a week, food and everything with no preparation, helium bailed me out on that. I will say that. The problem is helium allowing people to put 35 miners in the same hex to 900,000 devices killed helium. The network was still there, but you know, so I'm hoping that some of these hips that helium's doing is going to improve it. We know a lot of them stations are not off. Like last I checked, last I knew, 600,000 of those stations were not online anymore. I hope they permanently stay offline because we don't need 23 stations in one hex, even for diversity or anything like that. And they just got rid of China, banned all the stations in China. That helped out our IoT. And we get the price action back a little bit. Helium might do okay. Do I think it's ever going to go back to $40 and $50? No. I've seen some videos of people who say that. I just think that hype's gone. But when it's hitting $10 now, and you look at what some of the other alts are, I mean, recently it was 2-3 weeks ago it almost hit $10. It was $9.70, $9.80. If it can hit 10 now, I can see it going back 25. Again, not financial advice. This is just me spitballing here. But when you look at what some of the price action is, or some of these other tokens, or what they're predicting happening in this over this next bull cycle for the next 12 to 18 months, I can see helium doubling to $20, $25, $30, and I own a lot of helium. So, are you able to onboard my old Bobcat 300? I can't answer that question. I know they got people on Discord that can, because what it is Bobcat at one point ran out of their credits to allow you to onboard. Some still had their credits to allow to onboard, but I'm pretty sure Bobcat can't. But I know if you go into the Discord for helium, somebody can help you. I guarantee it. My best D-pin miner right now, if you call it that, is Entropy. I'm making about $25 a day on Entropy. They call it D-pin. It's a D-pin meme coin is what they call it. You know, I got DIMO miners and I got Soarchain. I'm in Grass. You know, when Grass had that airdrop, I made over $1,200 in that. The problem I have with Grass is how long it's taking for that next airdrop. But Umar, if you catch my videos on Mondays, I do a video every Monday that I go over every single project that I'm in, what I'm making daily on it, to kind of give everybody an update for those people who might want to get into it. Also I'm in a lot of testnet projects right now. Silencio, I push Silencio hard. My goal is to hit 100 referrals. I'm at 76 right now, and I've told everybody if I can get to 100 referrals on Silencio, I'm gonna do a giveaway on my live. Giveaway, you know, some tokens, $25, $50 worth of tokens or something like that as a giveaway. If I can hit 100 Silencio referrals, I'm ranked like 700 right now. My goal is to at least be in the top 500 by the time it goes to mainnet. And you still have time right now. If you hit Silencio hard, moving around, when you're going to eat at restaurants and all this stuff, like go to venues and check in, and those venues ain't been checked in yet, you can probably still get a pretty decent airdrop when that comes. They say February, but you still have time to work. So if any of y'all want to download Silencio and use my code up there, SJSO395, you know, I'm in that. I'm in Wingbits, Chirp, 375 AI. You know, some of them projects you can get in. If you have an Android phone, you can get involved in Chirp right now. It doesn't cost you anything. 375 AI, in my other videos, in the description, I have a code to bypass the waiting period. I think 375 AI is going to be good. Again, Silencio, Wingbits. You know, we're stacked up that, especially if these all go to mainnet over the next month or two, beginning of this bull cycle, I think we can set ourselves up pretty nice. Cronzar said, use my code on Wingbits. I really appreciate it. I'm going to tell y'all, these devices, fucking point the right way, it's opposite on my screen, but these devices on HiFix.ai and Helium Deploy, they've been for sale now since October. They're still selling. And I thought it would slow down. And look, it has slowed down just because of how crazy it was. There were several being sold a day. Now it's like once a day, once every other day. And that's just my code. If you don't have a Wingbits or even GeoNet device that's in your area within your, 30, 40 miles, 50 miles of where you live at, getting that financial advice, because I know it costs a pretty penny now. When it was do it yourself, it was a lot easier. But I'd look into Wingbits. I'd look into GeoNet. Those are two projects. Wingbits already has paying customers. So all the doubters out there, because I saw somebody on a live about 3 weeks ago who's going to sit there and say Wingbits ain't going to be able to do nothing because everybody's getting that data for free. No, nobody's getting that data for free. You can go to an app and get that data and look at the data, but any customer who wants to ingress that data, they're paying for that. So Wingbits is just another customer offering more detail from what I understand, but they already have paying customers. GeoNet, we know GeoNet's got paying customers. That's why they got super hexes out there where they need more detailed, drilled down to the centimeter measurements of locations and stuff. I feel more comfortable getting to those projects where Silencio, we really don't know if there's some realtors out there buying that type of stuff. Kronza said, I love Wingbits and GeoNet. Look, I'm a big Wingbits. Look, even my hat that D. Vazzolino made's got Wingbits on the side of it. I am the godfather. For those who don't know, those who are new, I am the godfather of the golf. And we'll use that as a streamway to get into a segue to get into what one of my topics was supposed to be tonight, and I've gotten completely off tracks, is Wingbits put out an announcement of, let's see if I can get this up. So Wingbits puts out an announcement that they just redid the dashboard for those who have seen it. And this, when you log into the new Wingbits dashboard, this is what the new dashboard looks like. It has your stations on the side along with your, aliases and stuff like that. And down here, it shows y'all. So somebody asked me earlier, how many devices do I currently have? I currently have 14 devices when they're all online. Now, I did a really big push a while back for host devices. And in case any of my hosts are watching, I love y'all, but they've been a royal pain in the rear end. They go offline. Sometimes it's not their fault. I have a station that's up here in like Idaho or something like that. And, this is what the normal coverage is, but they had an ice storm. The ice storm knocked out their Starlink. So now they're out of internet. So my station's down. I worked out a deal with this guy here in Missouri. I was up there hunting and rented one of his Airbnbs. Told him I was into crypto. He recognized my hat on YouTube. Wait, what, you got that? Yeah. Told him a little bit about it. He was all gung-ho on it. I set up a station before I left the last day of my hunting trip to come home. I just didn't bring a keyboard. So my little Pi, I had to go bring it home, program it, and send it to him. That was in November. He still hasn't hooked it up yet. Now he's not even returning my text. It's been a kind of a pain in the rear end, but my stations are doing very well. My Grand Isle station was one of my best stations, and I'm trying to figure out, this is all new to me, but as you can see, I'm trying to figure out how do you find your hex coverage. So here's aircraft, my stations. Don't want to go to wallet. So where is the coverage at? So like I said, this is brand new. This was released today. This is their new dashboard. I guess this different color is, I guess you can't look at all your stations at the same time. But what's cool also is my station right here, I can click this little link and it's going to show me in live, it's supposed to show me what aircraft is tracking. This is a pretty good station right here. This is on my buddy's 400-foot tower. So as you can see, I also have this one here, and this one right here covers this area. I got one right here that covers this way, and that's why I started calling myself the Gestapo of the Gulf. That's where that came from. But y'all said y'all can see this is the new dashboard if y'all haven't seen it yet from Wingbits. What I do like about it also is on this overview, when I would click what's my lifetime earnings, it would just lock up my Chrome because I got so many different stations. I think it had to ingress all that. For those who don't know, even though these are testnet tokens and stuff like that, it does now show you from the beginning. So when you go to all, this is now showing you from the beginning. You can see, look how quick this is. You can also see how much I was making in the past. And because I've taken stations offline, moved stations and different things, you can see where I'm at now. I also noticed that this wings number has gone down a little bit. But this is the first time I'm looking at this right now compared to, I'm just learning about this tonight, and it is holy coverage. But see, you say that the Gulf of America. Listen. I'm not going there. But this is what I talk about with Wingbits. And if y'all caught them other ones, people who are not in the Wingbits yet, I'm completely signed out of this right now. Completely signed out. When you go to map, any of y'all can see this. Okay. When you go to stations, you can see if the stations. So if you live in the area, not that I want anybody around me, but if you live in an area like this that has no stations around, it's ripe for you. If you live in an area around this, please go mine something else. And that's not me being rude. Of course, Wingbits will welcome anybody, but excuse me, I ate right before I came on. I rushed it. Of course they would welcome anybody in here, but if you live in this, I'm just zooming in anywhere. If you live, this station's, not exactly right here. This is just the center. But if this station's here and you live here, this isn't helium. They're not going to let you duplicate a owner hex. This is an owner hex. You can click on it and see this is reward hex. So as you can see, all these stations here are all duplicating this. The reason I bring that up is I use this same guy for the example. This guy right here is the only station online. He's making one station. This goes to show you, you're by yourself. None of these stations are online yet. Now, when all these start shipping and go online, he's in trouble, but he don't care. He's making 1,200 tokens a day on one station. He makes on one station what I make with 14 stations, even when they're all online, because he's got to be high up. I'd love to know what his real cover, if this guy ever watches my videos, please contact me, whoever you are. I would love to know, because I'm an RF geek. Y'all know that. I just told you I have a YouTube page for RF towers, repeaters, stuff like that. I do that stuff at work. I would love to know this guy's setup, because he's getting mileage. Again, and when you start going over this flat water, I'm telling you, this Grand Isle station right here was literally 15 feet from the edge of the water. It was on a fishing camp, 15 feet. I was darn near hitting here in Cuba. It just goes over water. It just moves. So this guy right here, that goes to show you what you can do with an empty area. And that's why I keep trying to tell people, if you live in an area that's empty, I know it's easy for me to say, oh yeah, use my code and go buy it. I'd skip a meal or two for a couple of days to get, if I live in that empty area. Again, that's me, not financial advice, anything like that. But I can say this project's doxed, especially after everything happened with D-Fly, when the guy says, you don't need to know who we are, just trust us, bro. Well, we know who Wingbits are. They do AMAs. We've seen their vase. We know who Robin is and Mike and all these guys like that. They keep saying they want to do an AMA with my channel. I just never got around to it. I just don't feel I'm professional enough. 619 says, water bounce by helium did 326 kilometers. That's awesome. But yeah, and that's what I'm trying to say is if you live on the water somewhere like that and you don't have a station close to you, again, I hate to tell people because, no, this is not financial advice. And if something doesn't work out or you don't become a millionaire and drive a Lambo, then it's, the Grumpy Dad's fault or BitBoy's fault or something like that. I own my tokens. I tell everybody, I used to have a little, I forget to put it sometimes, a little scrolling banner that said, all the tokens I talk about projects that I'm in. Because how else am I supposed to talk about them? How else am I supposed to tell you if they're decent projects unless I'm in them? And I'm getting either pissed off at them or I'm happy with them. Or knowing me, it could be the same mood, both those modes in the same day. I own my tokens, and I've told everybody. I can tell y'all right now, I'm not selling Soarchain, but if Soarchain somehow gets all this liquidity and jumps up to $1 token versus a penny a token, Grumpy's selling. I ain't gonna even warn y'all first. This is my disclaimer right now to tell y'all. Grumpy is poor. I used to be called the Grumpy Poor Dad channel, but people got offended because they said, oh, you got a nice vehicle, you got a nice house, you're not poor. There's real poor people. Hey, I can understand that. I also have 2 teenagers who need a vehicle, who are graduating high school. And since my wife and I both work and we're married, you can't get that much help for college and stuff like that, despite what people want to say. And I'm not going to turn this channel into that. So Grumpy has to pay for some things. Grumpy's poor. I might not be poor like some people on that scale, but I'm also not going to Disney World every other month like some people. So when Grumpy feels it's right for him and his family or his wallet to sell some tokens, I'm selling some tokens. Now, I'm not going to be BitBoy and say, buy this token, and on this screen right next to you on this monitor, sell, sell, sell. It ain't going to be nothing like that. Who thought I said, junk coin pay for my daughter's college? Hey, man, awesome. Entropy might pay for mine. I'm hoping Wingbits does. And there's another part of me that says, look, I joked that I'm not looking for Lambos. I'm too fat to fit in a Lambo. But I like to be able to afford the gas for a Lambo. I've always said I just want a big fishing boat, big center console fishing boat. I tell everybody that every video. On one side of my fishing boat is going to say crypto is a scam, and on the other side of my boat is going to say Bitcoin is a Ponzi, because that's what these older timer people think. When I talk to these older people at banks and stuff like that, these bankers and stuff, what do they say? Well, crypto's Ponzi, crypto's scam, crypto is only certain people getting rich. I will have a boat one day that says crypto is a scam, so when I'm flying by them, they can see it. What else? What else we miss? Bro. Oh, Mike's a good dude. Mike is a good dude. I'm gonna tell y'all, Mike has helped me more with my sound on this YouTube channel. If y'all can ever watch my YouTube channel, and look, my first 3-4 months of YouTube videos, I had to wipe out because we know D-Fly, because even though I had their permission to do videos, when I woke up and smelled the rose and realized that was a scam and a Ponzi, and I came out and started telling people about it, they filed YouTube complaints saying copyright because I showed their Discord and some of the lies they were doing. So I had to erase several videos, which I lost views and hours and stuff like that on. But, my sound back then was absolutely deplorable when I got really involved in Wingbits, and I was really involved in the Discord. And Mike, back then, he was Axie. He really, really helped me out. He did a lot of sound stuff back then, and he really, really helped me out. I can't thank him enough, and I tell him that all the time. And even with my new stuff, this new, more professional setup I got going on right here after this big computer I just took me 6 months to build and pay for and stuff like that, buying all the stuff, and I got this microphone. I'm still having issues with it. He's still helping me out. So yeah, Mike's a good dude. I can't complain about Mike. And I'm gonna tell you something about. I joke all the time, but if I do any kind of update video about Wingbits and I'm off at all, Mike is the first one to contact me on Discord and say, "Hey, look, I just want you to know when you said this, really, this is what it is, and this is more accurate," because he wants factual information out there, and I don't blame you. I mean, my point is he ain't worried about hurting my feelings to clear me up if I said something incorrect because he wants the accurate information. There's a lot of projects that don't do that, So me and Mike are cool. Yeah, yeah, and I'm gonna tell you, I say this also about Wingbits. Probably one of the most professional Discords I've ever been in. And if y'all saw my screen earlier, I'm in a lot of Discords, and some have some rules in them, but they don't play. Like, you're not going to go in there and talk bad about any other project, even projects like DFly that even recently, and I have the screenshots, told their people, yeah, Wingbits is about to do this, and Wingbits is about to do this, and which is outright lies. Wingbits will still will not let you go in there and disparage DFly or any third-party project, when really they could be upset with them for lying, but they're not. That's the kind of level of professionalism that Discord has. You will not disparage or talk about third parties at all. Keep it professional and keep it Wingbits. You can't say nothing. Oh, I'll trade you all you wings for 50.90. Let me tell you, just don't. I've seen what some of those 50.90s are supposed to be going for, um, and and I'm using a borrowed 4070 Ti GPU right now because my hope was that when the 5090s came out, I could get me a deal for 4090 because I'm old school and I cannot imagine spending $1,500 on a 4090 GPU. So my hope was that when the 5090s came out, those 4090s would come down in price. But I really think those 5090s are priced so stupidly high. People are still just going with the 4090s. That's what I think. Jack could have fit on that door. Here's a long shot pod network, but you never know, right? That should be a paid by retirement. Water barrels. See what else I missed. We did not. Yeah, who fought it said, I'm gonna tell you guys, I'm not gonna ask you who you voted for because last year I learned that no matter who you talked for, you lost subscribers and you lost likes and people got upset with you. No matter who you did. I could say something positive about, I ain't gonna lie, I couldn't say something positive about one of them. Or I could talk positive about Trump or negative about Trump or anything. Or I said, look, I'm voting third party. I could say I'm voting. When I was growing up, out of high school, college, and for a couple of terms after that, it seemed like Roseanne Barr, she ran for some crazy party, president, like literally like 6 or 7 elections in a row. So I could make a joke that I'm just going to vote for Roseanne Barr, and people got upset. So I don't discuss any politics at all or anything like that. I don't say anything about them. Hey, it is what it is. We got a new president coming. And that's what I tell everybody now. We have a new president coming. We have to be honest with ourselves. Despite how much you might think he's a bully, or you think he's the greatest thing that's come in the world, or you don't like him and you can't stand him and you wouldn't pee on him if he was on fire, or you think he's going to save everybody. No matter how you feel about him, the one thing you have to admit is this bull run started and kicked off in November, the day after that election. You can't doubt that. No matter what you think about Trump being a convicted felon, or you think he got screwed and shouldn't be a convicted felon, if you're into crypto, you have to admit that this bull market started the day after that. You have to be honest. And also, all these TA people who know way more than me, and how about they think about this, they all say the same thing. People are going to be taking profits. People are going to be doing whatever they're doing right now. But once he takes office, and he starts implementing, for the first time ever, we're going to have rates going down, pro crypto legislature rules, pro crypto SEC, it's all going to line up. You have to give those facts. Who fought it? I'm gonna tell you, I don't lose sleep over the tariffs thing. On the surface, I can see how people can be upset with tariffs, but you know what? Trump put tariffs in place last time, and I watched a video from a source that was not pro-political at all. And what they showed was that Trump put tariffs in place in the last time he was in elected office. And when the Democrats came in office, this is how many tariffs they took off. So if tariffs were so bad, why did they not take them off? Now, and another thing I learned also is people losing their minds over Trump said this. Trump's going to do this. Trump said he's going to rename the Gulf of Mexico and he's going to buy Panama. Oh my God, I can't believe he's going to do that. You know, Trump said a lot of things last time. And how many did he get done? You know, he can say whatever he wants. He likes to, that's what he's about. He's like to make his base go crazy. You know. And some people fall for it, and people like me just say, hey, I'm going to work tomorrow. Hey, I'm building my crypto wallet tomorrow. Grumpy's worried about Grumpy. Grumpy's worried about his family. Grumpy's worried about how he's paying his electric bill next month. I don't care who the president is. Obama back in office, George W. Bush coming out of retirement. I still got to pay my bills tomorrow. And that's all. Like, I don't think Trump becoming president in 2 weeks, all of a sudden I'm going to have this windfall of money in my paycheck. Or if she would have won, I don't think that my paycheck would have went to zero. I still would have had to come pay my bills. I'm still going to take care of me like I did the last 49 years in a row. Ain't nobody coming to help me. And my hope is that by being in crypto since 2015, looking at it from a different direction, a little bit of my IT knowledge, a little bit of my RF knowledge, if I can use that with some crypto projects to help y'all out, I'm all for it. Helped a lot of people through Discord. I've helped a lot of people through email, Facebook Messenger, like that. And I'm here to help y'all despite whoever the president is. And that's it. Mr. Crypto says, hey, looking forward to keeping my overtime. Let me tell you, I worked a lot of overtime. I work a lot of overtime. You know, after the hurricanes, after Hurricane Ida, I worked 90 something days straight until hunting season started. And I told my boss, I'm going hunting next week. I'm going hunting. See you later. I worked a lot of overtime. Summertime, worked a lot of overtime. Worked 14, 21 days in a row sometimes. And I'm supposed to be at 8 to 4 Monday through Friday employed. I'm working overtime. But again, just like I just said, when my work starts stacking up and I have to work overtime to catch up, but we have some kind of disaster here at work and I got to work overtime, I'm working overtime no matter who the president is, if my OT is taxed or not taxed. Because let's be honest, it's easy to say, again, I hate to make this channel even like this, but we could talk about giving all these tax breaks. But until the government quits spending the money, they're about to pass another spending bill, or they might have passed it by now. That shows you I don't even follow Fox News, CNN, any of them no more, because it's all BS. It's all smoke and mirrors. It's like watching the WWE. Until they get spending under control, whether we quit sending money to countries that hate us, countries that love us, or even some of the stupid programs we have around America, until you can get that spending down, you have to keep paying taxes. You don't have a choice. And I've yet to see them come out with a new spending bill cutting that spending. That's it. What else we got? Let's change the subject. Who fought it? Look, bro, I know you are a huge supporter of my channel, and I love you like your brother. But all I'm gonna say is I just don't think tariffs are gonna be the end of the world, because I think he knows that if he did tariffs last time, and I think he knows that, hey, if there's American steel that our Americans are working on, and steel's coming from another country for half a quarter of the price, you have to charge tariffs for our American workers. I'm in the seafood capital of the world, arguably. South Louisiana, oysters, shrimp, crabs, crawfish, and that kind of stuff like that. My friends raised by their parents and their grandparents and stuff have been in that industry for who knows how long, barely surviving off of what the market is paying for. And you're going to allow shrimp and crabs and crawfish to come here for a quarter or half the price? Coming from who knows what kind of sewage ponds, from what parts of the sea? You got to charge tariffs on that. And that's my attitude towards it. I'm sorry if anybody here disagrees with it. I'm American first. I'm looking for America first. And if you're from whatever country any of y'all might be from right now, I hope you support your own country and your fellow workers and your brothers and sisters and parents and grandparents and your friends and cousins. I hope you support their industry as passionately as I follow mine. So whatever country y'all are from, y'all support y'all's country that same way. There's nothing wrong with that, being supportive of your own country. Again, who fought it? We'll see. We'll see. We'll just agree to disagree. We didn't see that the last time tariffs were passed. We didn't see it. So we'll see. Again, I don't want to make this a big political thing. It's, I'll just say we'll see. And maybe if it gets to that point, they have to maybe drop the tariffs down some. I don't know. I don't know. 619, you're right. The government wastes so much money. It's stupid. It's absolutely stupid. I remember one time seeing this website showing all these different projects and studies they were paying for, like what happens to college kids when they drink alcohol. They get drunk. Here's $1 million to go study it. Really? Give me the alcohol. I'll do it for free when I was in college. The amount of money that they spend, the government spends, and I'm sure it's not my government. I'm sure people in governments overseas, y'all feel the same way. It is what it is. Nubula. I'm glad you brought Nubula. Good. Change the subject. Last night I sat, not last night, 3 nights ago, I sat right here and I had a Nubula pulled up and I was about to pull the trigger with my some of my D-Fly profits. And I started looking into Nubula. And I subscribe to the fact that you always hear from the people who complain and not the people who are happy. I'm in a Chevy forum for Chevy trucks because I own a Chevy truck. Yeah, all these people complain about Chevy trucks. You don't see all the people who comment, I love my truck today. I love my truck. I love the truck. Nubula seems to be having a lot of issues right now. So many that even a YouTube video came out the other day stating how to reset your device, because that's how many people are having issues with that device. Now, this thing has only been out for 3-4 weeks, maybe 3 or 4 weeks. So, let me see if I can find this video. Just so I'd like to give him props. Since we're gonna sit there and talk about it. So, Osvaldo, who I have met, and he's a good dude. I've met him in some of the projects that we're in Discord. Cool dude. Me and him have bounced ideas back and forth. Full props to him. I watch his video. Y'all can see I'm subscribed. I watch his videos. But when you have to start, and in the Discord, it actually says, please don't open up our devices. Please don't, go into them and try to swap wires and stuff like that. He does a video on how to do all that. He says he had permission with the CEO. My issue is when you start looking into the Discords, you start looking into Facebooks, there are a lot of people having issues with them. Me being a weather geek, I've been putting up professional weather stations. We have hurricanes out here. I'm putting up $1,000 Davis weather stations. I got one in my backyard. I know what NOAA needs and wants for the specs of weather stations. It has to be up a certain footage. I don't want to quote it right now in case it's changed. At one time it was supposed to be like 15, 20 feet off the ground, 10 feet off the ground, something like that. Or you can't have 10-foot of objects around you or 20-foot of objects around you for proper weather and stuff like that. They got people who are literally, if this is the window of their house, they literally have the station suction cup to the window. So if any wind comes from this way from the house, you're not doing anything. You got people who said the weather vane, even though mine, we don't get frozen often, but we've had ice here where stuff freezes over. My weather vane on my Davises are spinning. Yeah, people saying they're Nublers, the top weather vane's frozen. When I see that stuff, me as a hardcore weather geek, I go to weather forums, a weather spotter, in the secret talk group of NOAA weather and all the stuff like that. You know how it is. Some of y'all really know certain niches and stuff like that. And when y'all see people on Discord try to argue with you, you're like, and people will tell me, oh, it's okay. It's okay if we do that. It's okay if it's frozen for a little while. No, it's not, because they have to sell that data. And how accurate is that data? And I really, really wanted to get into another weather station. You know, I told y'all my Weather XM, if y'all saw my videos, it was cheap plastic. I didn't think it was going to make it through the hurricane we had in August. It didn't measure any rain. I went up there with a water bottle, poured water into the rain collector. It showed 0 rain. So that shows you what I think of Weather XM. Nubla, people are saying how it ain't raining, but it's showing rain. It's at night, it's showing that it's sunny. I was investing $300 in that. I really wanted to. I really want to get to another weather project to bring that to y'all. So it gives me something else to talk about other than Silencio and Soarchain and Wingbits all day. But I can't spend $300 on that. And look, I have a code in the description below. If in my other videos, I didn't put a description in this one yet. Hey, if you want a Nubla device, I got a code. Why not save 10% off from Helium Deploy? If you're gonna buy one anyway, save the money. 619 Oda says my station. So is that 619? Is that a Weather XM station or is that a Nubla station? Who faulted? My issue right now with this is you put a SkyX, at least from the pictures I've seen so far, you put a SkyX weather station and a Nubla station together, even though they want us to think that these are completely different projects, completely different products. If it was dark enough, you can't tell me which one's which. They're almost identical. And if the wind vane on top of the Nubla device gets frozen and is providing piss poor results, is SkyX can do the same thing. Now, is the SkyX price point a little bit better? You know, the reason I was attracted to Nubla is they're just going to sit here and tell us how all these people, some names that I even recognize from my weather circles, are involved in this project. But when you have people who are in the Discord, in the channel to show off installs, and they're completely bad installs and they're never corrected, and these stations have the faults they have, makes me question if those people from the weather and stuff with the backgrounds they have is really behind this project. Which then my mind starts going way off to a certain other project that promised all these people were behind it, and we knew all of them were not. And look, I'm not accusing Nubla of that at all, but you understand where I'm coming from. This is not me with my opinion. This is not making up things. You can go into their Discord and you can see those pictures I'm talking about. You can go into YouTube, my YouTube videos, or the Discord where people are talking about their wind vanes freezing, and people are like, oh, it's not a big deal. You know, it's just measuring pollution and which way the wind's going, stuff like that. That's BS, because on one of their screens, it shows you wind chill. Wind chills are if any of y'all ever get cold weather, wind chills are a very important factor. Here, we were 34 the other morning. With the wind chill, we were 23. But if your wind vane don't move, you can't figure out what the wind chill is. At 619, I saw your comment the other day. I know people with WXMs in their basement still getting full rewards plus beta rewards. That's crazy. But again, you know, I don't know how, but you know, and look, I'm trying to wrap this up because you know I know some of y'all don't want to be this long. Also, please don't forget to press the like button for me. Helps me out greatly with the Discord. I mean, with our YouTube. But you're gonna open up a subject that some people argue why deep in, despite how big people want to push it in the crypto community. And I hate to, oh God, it's gonna kill me. What, I need a drink. I'm gonna hate to ever agree with something DFly says. But DFly did an article that if you would just cover up the words DFly on it, they brought up the same argument that crypto people getting into most of the crypto people, whatever percentage you want to say. I'm not saying 100%, but are they worried about giving you accurate information, or are they worried about making crypto? You know, people get into a free project for entropy and will sit there and just make up new discords just to make more profit. People, we all heard the stories. We all know the stories of helium with the certain little antennas you can buy, whatever. And you can go stack them up in the same room and make them appear like they're further apart. How is that helping that project, which is supposed to be an IoT network? Weather XM in the basement. So how if we're all gonna put our big boy drawers on real quick, let's have an adult discussion. How accurate can our deep in projects be? And for those companies to sell that data, I love Wingbits to death. And I know I'm gonna get a comment because he knows I love to jab him with this. But let's be honest, you can't have a Wingbit station inside your house. I'll argue all day you can't have it in your attic. Yes, you might be able to get some planes going over, but I tried installing one in my sister's attic because she has the most strictest HOA ever. If y'all saw my video, I did an HOA video where the antenna, I had to find a jet black antenna to zip tie it. I had to wrap the silver antenna bracket on the bottom with electric tape and get it black so they couldn't see it zip tied to the back gutter. But even to the back gutter where half of the house is blocking it, still did better than the attic. But people who want to get involved in projects are going to put those in their mama's basement, their sister's basement, because they don't want to put them outside. They don't want to climb up on the roof. They don't want to do proper installs of those antennas above the roof line. How good of data is that being sold to companies? Let's all be honest here. $619. I'm in 10,000% agreements with you. I'm not getting involved in a project and half-assing it. My Wingbit station is on top behind my house. My Wingbit station, my helium antenna, Wingbits helium, on top of my 40-foot tower. If that's about the highest I can get. My buddy who owed me a big favor, happened to have an antenna or the feed line available on top of his 40-foot tower. And that's where one of my heliums is. Now, one day, somebody's going to want to rent that space, and I might have to put that antenna lower. But until that day comes, Kronzar, I used to share when we were doing DYR devices. I cut my teeth on this channel doing antenna because that's where a lot of my background is for work and stuff. I do RF work and stuff now, with where I work at. I did a lot of I call it real world testing. People can come and say, look, this is what the SWR is of this antenna. This is what this gain is. This is what I did real world testing. I went and bought a bunch of Amazon and different types of antennas, and I went out there and I set up these different antennas for Wingbits. And the one I came up with was a 26-inch one from Amazon for about $49. I used to have a link to it and shared the link, but then people accused me of only doing that because I was trying to make 7 cents off of a sale. And when people would ask me in the Discord, I would send them the non-affiliate link. But I've tried the different ones, and the 5 dB version has been the best performing one. Now in helium, I was using 8 dB layers, and people would say, you overshoot, you're undershooting. No, I wasn't. You know, unless somebody was directly underneath my antenna, I wasn't overshooting them. With the Wingbits, I needed to see, I was getting every now and then 300 and 400 miles. And I would, I have did videos. If you go look at my videos in the past under my Wingbits segment, Wingbits section, I have the video showing me getting that with that antenna. That's me getting that antenna. Now, I am getting a hold of a Wingbits GeoNet station. It comes with its own antennas. Y'all know the first thing I'm going to do is I'm testing out that stock antenna. I have to say, Axie, and despite what he might say, in the beginning, 18, 20 months ago, he wasn't the most knowledgeable on some of that stuff. And me and him went back and forth, and now he's very knowledgeable. He did his homework. I'm telling you, he knows a lot about feed line loss, antennas and stuff like that. I'm hoping he had some input with HiFix on what antennas to use. I don't know that. 619 Oda just admitted that he was the station that news article did where they found him. I don't know if y'all ever saw that. Somebody found a mysterious station on the side of a mountain that nobody could claim, nobody wanted to claim, and they had no idea. There was this big mess on what kind of station it was, and everybody in YouTube was like, it's a helium station, it's a helium station. But it was this off-grid helium station on the side of a mountain that people, that was funny. That was very funny. Excited about the ENT news. Jacob's gonna make me look bad because I am a very pro entropy person, and I'm in the entropy little secret group that is on X. I know that entropy has taken over the Catalina whale mixer project group or whatever it is like that. And that's all I know. What's it? What's the total T in that? I don't know. I don't know. J Styles, yes, I did talk about it, and I'm very, very concerned over it. Yes, I'm very, very concerned with what's that going to be for everybody. Umar, that's his name, Umar Sy, brought that up. I'll be honest with you, I was so busy today because I'm supposed to be off tomorrow and the next day, going hunting for the rest of the week. So I've been trying to close up a lot of things at work today. I didn't keep up to date. I didn't even know that update came through. They're saying that they kept people updated on the AMAs, which I think is BS because not everybody can catch AMAs. Look, I love Wingbits. I've caught 1 out of their last 3 AMAs because I'm working during the day. Why couldn't you put that on the Discord? Maybe because they don't want people going apes off crazy. But I think if they're gonna sit here and pay, I think they went drastically in the wrong direction. Yes, I always say don't hate the player, hate the game. Yes, I don't think we should be getting full rewards for your vehicle being parked. Even though I argue it's still giving you more data than what DIMO is because you just need to keep that plugged in 1 day a week. Either way, I think going from that, which was 10 tokens an hour or something like that, 10, 12 tokens an hour, to 1, so now you're making a penny an hour. So I'm supposed to just go drive around. I think you went drastically in the wrong direction. Drastic. 619, I'm gonna tell you, I tried the Bluetooth thing because if y'all see my videos, I was one of the first ones to complain. My first complaints was every time you got in that vehicle, you had to sit there and do cellular tethering to it. That's the one thing I will say I love about DIMO is DIMO's in my wife's vehicle and my son's truck. They don't ever have to deal with it. Once every 2 months, I got to go do an firmware update. It just pays. That's the one thing I'll give DIMO. In the Helium network. With the Soarchain, you got to tether it. I tried Bluetooth. Idiotically, I tried it going to Missouri on a hunting trip, which was a 8.5 to 9 hour ride by the time I stopped, because I'm an old man with prostate issues. So I had to go stop every now and then to go potty at the rest areas. And every hour it was disconnected. And you had to go. Now, I will say, when you open the app back up, it reconnected. But let's be honest, we're not keeping that app open all the time. And that Bluetooth kept disconnected. Then they said, oh, there was an update. So during that hunting trip, I was up in Missouri for 7 days. I did the update. Then driving around Missouri, the Bluetooth kept disconnected. And I was like, screw this. This experiment's over with. Went back to tethering and drove 8 hours all the way home with Wi-Fi tethering on the old-fashioned way, and never had a disconnect. I've tried it since then once or twice because people told me it was fixed. Bluetooth still disconnects after about 20 or 30 minutes of it minimized in the background. App's still open, but I'm doing other stuff that the phone's made for. It would disconnect. I'm back on Wi-Fi. That's all I'm on Wi-Fi. So 619, I will tell you that until this update came out, you know, we're making $4 a day, $5 a day, even with the price being down the way it's down, $4 or $5 a day, which for some projects is very good. So latest Soarchain update is super stable. No drops on Bluetooth or tethering. Maybe I'll try it out again just for y'all so I can report back to y'all. But by now, it is after, you know, I've had Soarchain now for 9 months. It is just secondhand for me to go and just, as I'm getting dressed for work, again, my phone, I'm on call 24/7 in case something happens at work. The radio system goes down, or, you know, IT network system goes down for dispatching stuff. That my phone is always next to me at night. When it's at my bedside, it did not connect to my vehicle. But other than that, when I'm walking around my house, it did stay connected. So it was habit for me that as I'm getting dressed, I'm opening up Wi-Fi tethering, starting my truck because it's a diesel. I let it warm up a little bit right now. And then as I got to my vehicle, it was already tethered. And boom, I was gone. It don't bother me that much anymore. I'm going to tell y'all right now, at a penny a day, y'all know what I did with Nadix when some of them stupid payments came in. That was just stupid. The short trips, I don't run it no more. It's just, listen, I'm all about helping projects out, but passive income, there's a key word of passive income, keyword there. And it ain't the passive part. It's the income part. The only reason I'm still in helium is because I have 17 helium miners that are making, I forget what it is now, $7 a day or something like that if you do the math. You know, I make about 7,000, 8,000 tokens a day. And when you do the math, it's about $7 a day. That's the only reason I'm still in it. If I had one device making 17 cents a day, it's not worth my trouble. It is what it is. If it's a penny a day, it won't go up. I'm getting out. I think the Soarchain, and look, I hate to sit here and just be a constant basher of projects, but the Soarchain token release was one of the most bungled. And I'm not just the only one saying it. They got other honest YouTubers saying it. You have other people in Discord who are constantly saying it. But that was one of the most bungled releases, whatever you want to call it, TGEs, mainnets ever. They still are only on like, what, 2 CEXs that hardly anybody's heard of. You're telling me you have an ongoing project. This is a, I don't use the word big, but this is a popular project. A lot of people involved in it. And you can't even get on any decent exchange? Like, what's going on with that? At one time, I haven't checked it lately, but at one time when you went to either Bird Eye or Deck Screener, the token's flagged. Like, there's issues with it. And I'm like, what the hell? So, you know, I don't know. I'm trying to keep up with my little, I totally see, y'all see, for those who are here from the beginning, I'm in Weedle Coin, meme coin right now. It was up literally over, you know, what I said, something 1,000%, and I missed out. You know, this was for those who didn't see my first 5 minutes. me and my buddies were talking about how to get into some stupid meme coins. So I said, you go to Bird Eye and you see how they got these brand new listings. You click on one and you see what direction it's going in. If it's going straight up, you jump in it. If it ain't, you leave it alone. And see how this one's brand new and just starting to kind of, that's brand new. So, see, that one's going down. So we got into this one called Weedle. And we got into it down here. And it was at 0.00009. And at 0.002, I took my original, I put what was it, $25 into it. And I got, when it went up to 0.002, I took my original $25 out. So I got my little moon bag. It got up about right here. And I'm like at 5, 4, somewhere around there. And I got greedy. And I'm like, I'm just going to leave it in there. Then I get sidetracked at work. And I don't realize that it goes up to 1,800%. And then it comes back down. And then now it's back up again. And now it's right here. So I'm still up. And now I'm just too lazy to deal with it. But again, that's not gonna be my meme coin of the week. When I used to do those, I'm 5 for 5. I don't want to mess up my perfect thing. But I haven't paid attention to it. Let's see what Bitcoin's doing. Oh, Bitcoin. Not financial advice. I still think it's going down to 88,000. Only because I keep hearing people say that, so I'm going to copy off them and say 88,000, and it's going to bounce off 88,000. Tyler had some good charts the other day. If you'll follow him, I love Tyler. That's where I get a lot of my stuff from. For those who don't follow Who Loves Burrito, Who Loves Burrito has some great write-ups on projects and stuff like that and different things. So people who are asking about deep in projects and stuff like that. He's one of the first ones that warned me about DFly. And then when I asked DFly about him, they made up all these lies. So I can only imagine what they say about me. All complete lies. But if you ever want to look up some deep in projects, go to wholovesburrito.com and check out his stuff. He has some ROI payback rankings and stuff like that. That's a cool website. Here's your fry stuff. I know some of y'all brought up fry in the 2.0 stuff. Look, I know everybody, I know here I go again, but look, I know everybody likes to make money. But I guess I'm built differently. I just have issues with how projects treat some people. And there are people who spent some pretty good money on devices either they never got or those devices didn't make squat for them. And at one time, like I followed that Discord for a while and it was rough. Listen, if y'all are out here making some decent money now with Fry, congratulations. A lot of y'all probably been in with it. Y'all been through those heartaches. Y'all been through that and y'all deserve it. Congratulations. I'm the kind of person, and it's probably not good for my channel, but that's just me. After watching all that, I don't want anything to do with it. But for those who are in it, who are making decent money, I'm telling y'all congratulations. I'm happy for y'all. Seriously, I am. It's just that so I do have some money burning a hole in my pocket. I don't know what I want to get into. I was looking at Encore at one point. Now, somebody brought up, well, let me see if I can find it. I got some good experts here in my chat right now. So I'm going to see if I can find it. But there's another one that you can buy that you can, look, I'm not interested anymore in any of these internet sharing ones. I have Honeygain that I'm doing pretty well on because I have that on my BitHarvest devices. Honeygain, I claimed $100-something of that during my November hunting trip. So I make some decent money with that. Honeygain along with Grass. I'm not doing any more of these data sharing type things. But somebody told me about, let's see if I can find it. It's a project that it's compatible with a certain type of routers, and you can redo your router with that kind of with their firmware or something like that. And I think it costs $25 to get into it or something. If any of y'all know what, See who fought it? That's Wario. That 619 got me. 619, thank you. I appreciate it. Wario is probably just because some of them routers that I have got thrown away by somebody I know. By thrown away, I mean they were trash and I went and dumpster dived without giving out too much information. I'm probably going to mess with Wario just because I have the device there and see what it does. Because from what I understand right now with Wario, and if I'm mispronouncing it wrong, I'm sorry. But what I understand right now with Wario is kind of like basically just proof of connection, if that's the word they need to use, where as long as I have it connected and working, I'm going to get rewarded. That's why I never got NextNet, is because we already have wireless at my office with the ladies that work up front and stuff like that, which their phones are kind of tied to, whatever you want to call it. XNet, I had no place to put an XNet type device or even a Helium mobile device. You know, I don't have friends that own coffee shops and stuff like that. So, but with Wario, you're going to get rewarded just for having a device online, from what I understand. Excuse me. From the little bit that I've read about it, I'm interested. I'm down with it. Like I said, 619. For me and my family to go to McDonald's, I'm spending almost $50, dog. And look, $50 is not cheap by no means. Don't take it like that. I told you I don't have, but again, I have some money that I recuperated from Fly before they pulled all the liquidity out. Jackasses. And you know, I would like to reinvest that in some more crypto projects. I need a new monitor for here. I'm on an old monitor. I want to do some soundproofing in this room. I'm still using a wired mouse, wired keyboard. I need a bigger desk. I want to put a TV up to do real charts, or some type of TV behind me to put charts up and stuff. There's a lot of ideas, but I still want to reinvest some of that into projects to be able to bring to y'all. And I think Wario is probably going to be one of my next ones when I come back from hunting, unless something changes. You know, so Mr. Crypto says verified. Yes. Are you still talking about Wario, or are you back to talking about Fry? Because I know Fry, that was the big thing with the verified and stuff like that. Warrior's a bit bungled right now. Lots of bugs. I have multiple of their OG device. You won't really get rewarded for being on. Needs connections. SID is bad, so no one will connect. Does no one. See what I'm saying? The BYOD router, the videos I've watched, because I'm telling you, yesterday I was in the X group that I'm in with some of the guys from Entropy and stuff. That when I asked them, hey, what's one of the next ones I need to kind of look into? I don't really want Nubla. Anacoy, I'll keep kind of go back and forth. I'm thinking about doing Anacoy, but nobody can really tell me what the rewards are right now, because I already have a GeoNet device. So I'm thinking about Anacoy, and somebody brought up Wario. So the more I looked into it, it seemed like if you have there's only like 6 or 7 routers listed as DIY, but again, one of them I have. I just need to reset it. It's older. One, they went to newer Wi-Fi 6 technology, Wi-Fi 7 technology. So they were chunking them all. I'm like, hold on, dude, don't chunk that. And I happen to have it. So I was planning on doing 2 or 3 of them, maybe. I don't know how that works or anything like that. Check out the pinned message in their Discord. I am in Warriors Discord, Mr. Crypto. Unless if somebody wants to post that here, I don't want to go swap screens and stuff. But if anyone wants to post that link here for Wario, please do. And again, I'll also try to put it in my description later when this is done. Mr. Crypto said verify was for Fry. J Styles. But on 619, a TP link, is that strictly for data when people are, that's my issue too, is right now, is if it's a project that I know this is not, again, the honest right way, but this is me being honest with y'all, is if I have to worry about offloading stuff, that those projects ain't gonna, I don't have a place to put that, because yeah, I could sit here and do it at my house, and I could sit here and do it at my business, but those people are already on guest networks for us and that type of stuff like that. I have cellular on my tower at work, the deal I worked out with AT&T, FirstNet, and Verizon. So we have 5G plus. So I'm getting like 800, 900 download speed, 100 and something upload speed, which a lot of times is faster than the wireless is. People aren't going to go offload onto to something like that. I don't know. I don't like that dude, Tech Hustler. He's special. He's my boy, but he is. I see. Let me tell you, people who helped me when I was starting, I'm not gonna go poop on. I'm not built like that. When I first started this last year, the old saying, the enemy of my enemy is my friend. We have common enemies. We both got screwed by D-Fly, and D-Fly talked him into doing some videos. A lot of us who were into D-Fly contacted him and said, hold on, dude, we just saw your videos. Let's tell you the truth about D-Fly. D-Fly's trying to tell you and got you talking about Walmart stations and stuff, yet they can't prove none. I'm not going to get into that whole thing tonight. And, hey, can you help me out with some ideas for my channel? And the dude helped me out a lot. He even, I did a contest with him for the chirp device. And picking 3 or 4 people on Twitter, X, whatever. I was one of them. I'm big into the chirp. At that time, I couldn't afford the $800 chirp device if I wanted to. So look, I can't mess with him. But him doing videos telling people, hey, you could get rich doing DIMO and buy this DIMO thing. That's my boy. I don't know what to say. It is what it is, but I've always said nobody, we all do videos. We all do. People aren't going to agree with me that Silencio is going to be big because Silencio can't sell data. You just don't watch the video. I even defend, and I know I'm in a minority here, but I even defend BitBoy. People want to complain about BitBoy pumping coins and selling them. Nobody's forcing you to buy those tokens. Just like Dum Dum, whatever her name is. Hawk Tour. How did you not see that was going to be a scam 2,000 miles away? And now you want to try to sue her and you want her arrested? I'm still waiting for Tom Brady and Jay-Z or whoever it is to get arrested for being involved in FTX. And you don't see them getting arrested, but y'all want Hawk Tour because y'all were involved in a pump and dump? Or it's a meme coin. Just like this meme coin I'm in right now. You have to know, like 0.01% of meme coins make it to the level that WIF is, or Big Red, or Sheeb at one point, Doge. We can keep naming them. What did you think was going to happen with Hawk Tour? And now you want the girl arrested because you made some bad, stupid decisions? Nobody's forcing you to make them decisions. Like, it's stupid. And look, she's a dumb moron. She's famous, and her family's got to be proud because she talked about blowjobs, and now she's a millionaire, and that's what gets rich in the world today. So, when I sit here and say the girl ain't gonna get arrested and it's y'all's fault for doing it, then people are like, oh, you a simp. You just think you're gonna get a date. No, I'm not. I'm just being real. Nobody's gonna arrest her for you losing in the pump and dump. Nobody's gonna arrest BitBoy because BitBoy's telling you to go buy ESP, go buy the ESP token. Go buy ESP token while he's pressing sell and selling off y'all's liquidity. That's crypto. We all want decentralized until decentralized things happen. People don't like Silencio. I like Silencio if it can get customers. Part of it's pride because I've always said I wanted to catch up with Tech Hustler. He started a lot of stuff in the Discord with Silencio because he's got 1 million tokens. He's the #1 person in Silencio, and 99% of it is because of his referrals. And I said, I want to catch up to him in referrals, and I push it. But I'm also, and I've did videos and showed y'all, I'm running Silencio, but some people don't agree with Silencio. Same thing with Tech Hustler. Same thing with a passive income mining YouTube page. I don't agree with all this stuff, but there's something I do, and I take the information on what I want. Yep. Mr. Crypto said it right. I can't repeat it because YouTube's gonna get me in trouble. Nobody twisted anybody's on to buy tokens. Nobody's over there saying buy it. Nobody's putting a gun in your head saying buy it. If you involved in crypto, I say this in a lot of videos. I don't say maybe as much as I used to. I used to say it a lot. I try not to repeat the same stuff every time, despite what people think. Don't play with money in crypto that you can't afford to lose tomorrow. I know, look, I'm the first one to tell you I cried when I knew what my Exodus wallet used to be. And this is my first real big bear market. You know, I've been in crypto since 2015, 2016, when Coinbase only had Bitcoin, and it was a huge thing when they added Ethereum and then Litecoin, and people fought back and forth. Litecoin's really the #2 coin. No, Ethereum's going to be the #2 coin. And I was buying both of them, and they were like dollars. That's how long I've been in crypto. Plus, I was GPU mining before that, and ASIC mining and stuff like that. But, you know, I've always said, when I looked at with my Exodus wallet, this is my first real big bear market that my Exodus wallet lost 90%. And it made me want to puke, and it died. But it happened so gradually, you didn't really see it was coming. And my point I'm trying to get is that hurt. So I don't want to sit there and say it like, oh yeah, you have to play with money that you don't care if it's going tomorrow. Of course we care. We ain't throwing our money out like it is nothing. But you have to understand that we want decentralized tokens until decentralized things happen. You can't want people arrested. You can't want the SEC to get involved. Even with DeFi. DeFi is, the problem with them was they're still ponzing people for NFTs. Straight up telling people now, look, we're not involved in those DIY devices no more. We just want you to buy this NFT for $500, and we promise to give you all $1,100. And every NFT that's bought represents a miner that's out there. No, it don't. They can't prove a single miner. As people keep coming in because they hear that people are doubling their money, those people coming in buying NFTs, they're using that money to pay the rewards for other people. It ain't that hard to figure out. But is that a crime? Is that decentralized? We want decentralized until decentralized things happen. Listen, Mr. Crypto, I tend to agree with you. There's times where my paycheck comes and don't have no overtime on it. My daughter had arm surgery. I had some heart issues. All them bills were coming in last year from the hospitals and everything all at the same time. And I still found a little bit of money to DCA into my Solana. You know, whether it was Cardano, maybe a little bit of Bitcoin, maybe a little bit of Atom, Vet. You know, I still found a little bit of my DCA money to just off the side, because that would build up after a while. And if for some reason tomorrow my wallets got hacked, I would die. So I'm not gonna sit and say that money you play with, whatever like that. But you also have to understand the risk. What's his name? I'm horrible with names when I'm on the spot like this. Alex Becker. Alex Becker called them boomer tokens. I think that was funny. Your boomer tokens, your big tokens from the last bull market, your Cardano, like your top 10 tokens, top 12 tokens, your Cardanos and Atom and Solana and XRP and that kind of stuff like that. While you might not get 200 X's on it, you're still putting into that. You still know it's going to go up. It might not go up all crazy and stuff like that, but you're still putting into that kind of stuff, hoping that it's going to go up. And it is what it is. You know, I don't know. Oh, I'm going to tell you, my other claim to fame with GPUs was I bought some 1080s around here from a guy who was getting out of gaming and stuff like that, and happened to have two or three 1080s, and I bought another one online. And It cost me a little pretty penny back then. I mined on Ethereum for about almost 2 years with them, making very good money with Ethereum. And then when you started hearing about the upgrade and Ethereum was going to get away from GPU mining, I sold like one of those GPUs for almost. And look, the person I sold them to, I told them I was mining, but I want to say almost sold one GPU for almost what I paid for like all of them. It was stupid. And I made some pretty good money with it. But then same thing when and at the time I had worked out with a deal. I had to set up at a buddy's business who I was doing some IT work for. So, and that's how I work out a lot of my deals. People want to know how I'm working out host deals. A lot of these are deals that I've helped people out with stuff, and I'm just cashing them favors at this point. You know, it is what it is. Y'all make sure y'all hit like button, stuff like that. It's 8:50. I appreciate everybody who watched. I know this was very last minute. I didn't even put a description up here. Again, I didn't do one last Thursday because it was New Year's, and then the next day I was in the woods actually. And earlier today on X, I announced that I was going to do my live today because we were going to leave tomorrow to go hunting. Looking at the weather, it's supposed to be horrible tomorrow and early Friday morning. So now I might not leave till early Friday morning. I might do another live tomorrow because these are cool. I like to be able to just sit here and talk about and BS like we're doing now. We've been BSing for 111 minutes and just listening to everybody talk and bring up projects and stuff like that and bounce projects off each other. I think that's cool. You know, whether, you know, other than like, you know, these other lives that have these, you know, more professional lives that have like, this is what we can talk about, this is what we can talk about, this one, but I kind of have some ideas to kind of bounce off y'all, like the Wingbits thing we talked about and a little bit of charts and that meme coin and stuff. And then I kind of let y'all take over and we just BS back and forth. I think that's cool. That shows you how lonely I am. My wife's watching. She's tied up in some season 5 of some show she started getting involved in. My son's stuck in Xbox. My daughter's doing something online. So, you know, that's what dads do. So look, I appreciate everybody. How long the profits for Friday will last, but that's the gamble versus ASIC plus the electric costs. Hey, listen, all these projects are gambles. All these projects, let's be honest here. I am 200% on board with Wingbits more than I have ever been involved in any project, any other project. I love Entropy to death. It's making me $23, $24, $25 a day. But I still love Wingbits. But again, there's nobody promising us the world with them. I told everybody, when Wingbits finally goes live, I'm going to have a party here at my house. I'm going to have the party cone on. I'm going to have dancing girls. Then I said as a joke, I can't have dancing girls. I'm married. I'm going to have dancing raccoons and monkeys or something like that. You know, like the circus or the zoo might have. But, and even the Wingbits, I was saying enough that the Wingbits people said, hey, man, let's pump this down. Let's calm this down a little bit. Because we don't want people getting the impression that this is going to be Lambo type. Because let's be honest, helium has spoiled us. And I say that many times. Helium has spoiled us. Again, I'm not going to repeat my story. I made $5,000 in helium in 17 days. So now what happens? Every time there's a brand new project, people think if I'm not making $5,000 in 17 days. And again, I was in helium almost a year after it came out. They had a guy in Baton Rouge, 20 miles up the road from me, who had $1 million of helium in his wallet when it was still worth $10 and $12. So now I think people have this idea that if I'm early in this project and this project goes mainnet, I should be making, and I'm not saying $5,000, but I should be making almost life-changing money. And when they don't, and they're making $1 a day from the beginning, and their windfall from testnet is not this gigantic sum of money, they get upset. And I fall into that trap sometimes too, i.e. Nadix. Nadix didn't cost me a dime. I've taught people to get into Nadix. But I still think for the pain in the butt it takes for me to set up Nadix and deal with Nadix, that's not really passive income because I have to hands-on deal with it. That's not worth the little bit of income I was making for Nadix. When to me, Nadix The only way you make money with Natix is if you're an Uber, Lyft driver, or an 18-wheeler driver driving across the country. It's not set up right. It should pay me for what I'm driving right now, not rank me, because you're never going to rank high in Natix unless you are an Uber driver. I don't know where that scale lies at. I mean, whatever y'all think, you know, I don't know. But let's be honest. If Wingbits comes out tomorrow and goes mainnet, surprise, we coming out tomorrow mainnet and we're making 7 cents a day, you're not going to see a Wingbits hat on Grumpy no more. While I love the project and I want to support the project, I don't support things for free. It is what it is, you know. Now, we also know Wingbits is going to pay 1-for-1 on our testnet tokens, and Grumpy's got a nice little stack of testnet tokens, so I don't think it's going to be 1 penny. So I'm not having to worry about that. But my point is, we all support projects until projects don't support us. That's what it is to it. Like the vid, share it on Twitter, Grumpy. Keep up the honesty and do you always. I try to, man. I mean, I get some negative comments and stuff like that. Trust me. You know, I think it was funny when I found out that even if you downvote my videos, because I know there was a certain project that we talked about earlier who was telling that people go downvote, YouTube still counts that as engagement, and it doesn't hurt you. I don't know if I agree with that or I believe that, but that's just what I read. Several places I read that. It's still engagement. So once I started saying that, you don't see DeFi people saying go downvote his videos, because they were still helping me out. But I try, man. I try to be honest. It is what it is. I know the day's coming. I've already had one-time comments where somebody tried getting into Kulo token 6 months after the fact and lost their pants on it and tried attacking me, saying they commented on my Kulo video back from last February, attacking me about talking about Kulo. Well, back then we all 3x, 4x. Hell, one guy did so well on my meme tokens, he bought me a GeoNet device. And you're going to come on here saying and attacking me because you lost money on it? Brother, nobody holds meme coins unless they're Bonk or Sheeb, Doge, or nothing like that. Whiff, I still hold some Whiff. Nobody holds on to anything for 6-8 months on some of these meme. Look how much today I told you about this other meme token. That stuff bothered me at first, but some people made money with helium. I made money with helium, man. I said that. I ain't got nothing to show for it. Now I got a bunch of helium tokens, but I told you, helium bailed out my family when I needed it, when we had to evacuate. So I hold a special heart to helium to a point. They lost their way. Somebody, I think they're a blind man looking at a map for directions. I still say, when you're paying miners crumbs, and that's how long I've known 619 Oda for. I know we were in some helium discords before, and I can't remember if it was the actual helium discords or if it was Vosk or one of them or something like that. But, and I am the admin of some helium Facebook groups. When people said, "Oh, well, you still making something? You're still making something. You should be happy making." It was $5 a day, then it was $4, then $3, then $1, then whatever. And they were like, "You still making something?" The original investors of that project, before the last split, were making 750,000 HNT a month. 750,000 HNT a month. So now, somebody tell me what the half of that is. 375,000 HNT a month. And we're here fighting over 17 cents per miner. That's my issue with helium. And I'll end it with that. Because some people don't realize that. Even with the split, because this was confirmed in their Discord, because I brought this up, even with them splitting off to IoT and mobile, it was confirmed that they were still making, because that was part of their contract as investors. So if you do the math, before the last split in August, then 2 years before that August, that's how long I've been in it. what was that, 2023, 2021. So pre-August 21, they were making 1.5 million H&T a month. It was up to $40 at one point. So they were making $60 million a month. That's a hell of an investment return. And yet we're watching our tokens just do this. That's my issue with helium. Going back, the founders make way too much in these projects, and to be honest, most of them sit on their hands all day. You know, listen, I was, it was up to $55. Thank you. Somebody do the math. $1.5 million, 1.5 million helium times $55. And again, but even now they're at 375,000. What's helium at right now? I know I said I was going, but you'll see how I can't stop talking. That's how lonely I am sometimes. Farmersonly.com or whatever. Let's see. Helium is at 375,000. So they're still making, at today's price, $2.2 million a month. And I'm making $7 with 17 devices of helium IoT. I don't know what the mobiles are. I just knew how bad we got screwed with the helium devices. I wasn't going to go through that again with mobile. I tried telling people that you can't just automatically get a mobile device depending on what your ISP, what your download speed and upload speed is, and people argued with me. And again, that was my favorite words. I told you so, because some of them got screwed on that because they didn't have the upload speed. Nobody's going to connect to Helium 5G if you're getting AOL dial-up speeds. So yes, those founders are making, they've made their money plus a lot. Ooh, 82.5 million a month. And they're still making it. You tell me there's not a founder out there that can say, you know what, guys, I have no more trucks to bring around all my money. So look, go ahead and cut back on mine and give that back to the community. Put that back into rewards. Put that into liquidity, into the token. Really? You need to continue to make 2.2 million. You know, come on, man. So it means last week when it almost hit $10, they were making, $3.7 million a month still. Yeah, cry me a river. All right, guys. Oh. I bet they throw some great parties, though. Some great parties. Yeah. Yeah. I did. But let me age myself here, because some of y'all might be way too young to know this story. This is before he got in really big trouble. I did bodyguard work for a guy named Joe Francis. Does anybody know who Joe Francis is when he was in the New Orleans area? Let me see. I'm going to watch the chat. Does anybody know who Joe Francis is? Joe Francis is the founder of a little company called Girls Gone Wild. Now, I've heard some stories. I know what he was arrested for. I know he's got charges for. Again, this had to be 2003, 2004. And he came down for a week for Mardi Gras, and I did work for the guy through mutual contacts. And just what I saw at his parties, some of them Hollywood movies were real. Now I'm gonna tell you, there was nobody underage there because we carded people, and you had the place we rented out, which was upstairs on Bourbon Street. They had to show ID. So all the horrible stories you hear about, just so I could say that disclaimer, the horrible stories you hear that he got involved around with young girls and stuff like that. Didn't happen during when he was in New Orleans, but they had actors there, people like I would see on TVs and movies that were there with them, and some of them parties were crazy, absolutely crazy, like cringeworthy crazy. And again, he didn't even. It wasn't even that bad. South Jag says I knew a guy that filmed for him. I'm gonna tell you, but see, like when I was involved with him, none of that filming was going on. This was him, like he had already done that, made the money from it, and now he's just doing like some of the partying and stuff like that to it. So you didn't have that video stuff going on. Now they might have did some filming on Bourbon Street, going up and down Bourbon Street, which during Mardi Gras, anybody who's going around with a camera could have saw what that was involved in, because that's all he did on Bourbon Street during Mardi Gras. Yeah, I grew up on that. I grew up there. So, but when I was involved with them, I was just there for the socials, as they call it. They don't call them parties. The socials and stuff like that. That was some crazy parties. Crazy parties. Now I'm gonna tell you, I didn't see nobody doing like the lines of coke or nothing like that. Nothing crazy like that. Now I heard that some of that stuff went on somewhere else. They didn't do that in public, but still, just to see the craziness and how some people act like these girls and some of these guys were throwing themselves at him like he was like this big great. I'm like, look, man, I'm getting paid great money. I don't care. But the parties though, with Hollywood parties that you hear about and that kind of stuff like that. But again, like I said, when I was involved in it, you had to show ID to get in there. Even if you had some popular person bring a date in there, the date had to still show something. So there was none of them shenanigans going on now. Back then, like you heard, but it was those things were crazy. Show me your beads. You'd be surprised. Again, this ain't got nothing to do with girls going wild. This is me growing up in New Orleans, but you'd be surprised what people will do for a 27-cent pair of beads. I'm sure everybody in this chat knows about it. It was crazy. It was just crazy. You know, Google it. They got enough videos out there. It was stupid. And now when I got older, for a little while when my daughter played travel, this was a couple of years back, travel baseball and stuff, that was expensive. I used to do Uber and Lyft, and people would always ask questions about Jazz Fest and about Mardi Gras and hurricanes. And I tell everybody, I'm from Louisiana. I'm from New Orleans, born and raised in New Orleans itself, the city of New Orleans. There are 2 times a year we evacuate. We evacuate for hurricanes and Mardi Gras. I don't want to be nowhere around here for Mardi Gras. Now, with my job, I'm here for part of Mardi Gras season. But Mardi Gras Fat Tuesday, we in Disney World, Florida, Tennessee, Texas sometimes. We get out. I'm out of there. I don't want nothing to do with that. But then you get older and you're like, nah, I just sit in my house, watching on TV and like, haha, look at them fools. You know, they ain't got no bathrooms nowhere. And then if you go urinate in public, if you're a guy and urinate in public, the police want to arrest you, but there's not enough porta potties. Fun times. You gotta get there at 4 a.m. along the parade route on Fat Tuesday. If you're going to parade, 4 a.m. for a parade that starts at 10, and you might get a front row. Great times. Great. Y'all don't see that kind of stuff. I'll never torture my kids for that. All right, guys, we're going way too long. This is 2 hours long. I got buddies waiting on me to go play some Call of Duty. I'm going to check and see how bad my meme coin is now since I've been talking to y'all. Weedle. Yeah, it's still up a little bit. I was in it way too long. But I still 5x'd. Hey, can't complain. I might play along with that tomorrow, since I'm not leaving to go hunting now, but I still have vacation. You know, it'd been really nice to be able to get out way up here somewhere, but I'll take a 4 or 5x, especially when I got my money out and I still got money in it. And I'll just come up here and just, if I'm bored later, I'll just click on these new tokens like this. See, that's kind of an interesting one. Put a little money into it. Again, it's D-Fly's money. It's not mine. I still didn't get all my money back from D-Floor. So, hey, man, I'm going. I know I'm going to keep talking. I thank y'all very much. I might do another one tomorrow night since we're not leaving to go hunting because of the weather and stuff like that. Might do another one tomorrow night. I don't know. We'll see. Look, I thank everybody for the support. I thank everybody for 25.8 thousand subscribers. If you haven't subscribed, make sure you subscribe, hit the bell, hit the like button if y'all haven't hit like yet. And I really appreciate it. Happy New Year to everybody. Good. Yeah, who fought it? I appreciate it. Who fought it? I appreciate your support. You know, you're one of the OGs that been here for a long time. Help me get to, I don't know which way I got a point. Silencio. If y'all not part of Silencio, please join Silencio. Help me somewhat catch up to Tech Hustler. Join, use my code to get in. And we'll see, man. We'll see what tomorrow brings. And I'll be probably sitting here most of the day playing with some crypto stuff since I ain't been able to play with it since I've been so busy at work. You know, practicing for retirement in 18 months. That's how much longer I got, for 30 years. Appreciate it, guys. I'll see y'all on the next video, whenever that might be. See y'all later. Thank y'all.